the sun or return home. And again, that changes the ending.
続いてのゲームはファインディングじゃハングリーゴースト
is at
となっており
For
ま
all of these,
す。
you do not have a lot of time, especially that Hungry Ghost character choice.
2% デフォルトウェポンズキャラクターチョイス。プレイステーション2のゲームなんですよね。そうですね。お腹減ってるんですかね、皆さん。こちら、司会はいますが、解説の方はいらっしゃらない状態ですので、もしご存知でのある方がいらっしゃいましたら、フォームへ登録していただけると幸いです。
We have a new block of prizes that have opened. Wow, there are, you know what? I love seeing all of the Legend of Zelda themed prizes. We currently have if you donate, excuse me, $25 donated gets you entered to win a Majora's Mask cross
そうですね、
stitch.
現地時間は
Gets you entered to win a Majora's Mask
5時
bundle.
16分。
Wow, I'm
サマータイムですが、まあなかなか
$50 gets you
まだ
entered to win
眠い時間帯ですね。
Deku Mask. Wow.
そうですね、一風変わった芸が当てられやすい。
And remember, a cumulative donation across the entire week. That's, you know, $10 here, $50 there will get you entered to win our grand prizes. The Pokemon Jumbo Kukumuku plushie. Oh my goodness, yes, I definitely, I'm jealous of whoever wins that.
まあ、
And
DTQ ではですね、ここの配信ブース以外にも、遊べるブースがあったりなどしますので、例えば昔のレトロゲームの再現を体験するとか、そういったこともできますので、そうですね、アーケードコーナーなどもあります。フライパン振ってるんだろうな。アーフルゾーンにしてはちょっとまだ早いかなとは思うのですが、今ユニークゲーゾーンかなとは思いますが。あ、始まります。
Hey everyone, I'm shmumbler and this is Hungry Ghost. I'm betting most of y'all have probably not seen this before. It's a weird little Kingsfield-like style game that takes place in the afterlife, specifically in Buddhist mythology. But I'm not doing this alone. I've brought with me probably the only two other people in this building that know of this game. If y'all would like to introduce yourselves.
Go for it. Hello, my name is Death Tropes. I'm a horror speedrunner, and I actually bought this game because of these two.
And my name is D.E. Cosmic, and I've been telling people to submit this game since 2022, and Shmumbler's the only one that listened to me, so thanks, dude. Yeah, this game is sick. I'm really stoked to see this game here. I'm here to support Shmumbler, because Shmumbler is awesome, too, so.
All right, well, I guess we can go ahead and get started. So we are loading from a New Game Plus save, just because, fun fact, if you complete a playthrough, you can skip some dialogue, so it makes it go faster. So we'll get going, let's see. Do need our result for our bid war for the character choice.
That would be Christine.
Let's go, Christine.
Let's go, Christine.
Let's go, women.
Women.
Let's go, women.
All right, so we'll get started in 3, 2, 1, go.
はい、グッドラックです。
And right off the bat, we're going to be doing a little funky movement here because, yes, this is one of the games where moving diagonally is significantly faster. So I'm going to be doing that literally as often as I possibly can. But yeah, so generally speaking, the reason that we have this bid war, you've got two different characters. One is Christopher, who is our spear specialist. One is Christine, our crossbow specialist. Whatever their specialty is, they do a little extra damage compared to the other with that specific weapon. Christine is more or less the same run as Christopher, but it's more difficult because we have to actually get ammo, being a ranged user.
Yeah, we're also going to have to do like one more strike to every barrel that we got to destroy down here as well. Yeah.
It's funny because they end up working out to be almost exactly the same time, even though Christine is much slower with destroying objects that are in our way.
テキストスキップのためにエネルギープラスにした。
But this is our ferryman. We're going to be talking to him a little bit, going through our tutorial.
テキストが出ないなと思ったらそういうことだったんで
One thing I
す
will
ね。
say about this game is it has very early 2000s controls.
Yeah, all the strafing is done with like the triggers, the L2 and R2. It's L2 to strafe left, R2 to strafe right. And that's also because a lot of the attacks that we're going to do are actually using the back and forth motions on the right analog stick. So it's a little bit more of like a visceral, immersive approach to combat as opposed to just hitting a button to fire a weapon.
You also see every time I reach out for something, it's really slow. That's because I'm manually doing it with the right stick. This has kind of the same thing as like later Fatal Frame games where every now and then things will just grab you as you try to collect items or open doors. So be on the lookout for that. We are going to go ahead and grab some crossbow bolts here. That's our first
性別が
two
男
pickups
なら
that
や
we
り、
would not
女
have
なら
to do
棒
if we were
が
playing as Christopher.
が得意
Yeah,
にな
you
る
only
ら
start
し
the
い。
game with one crossbow bolt as either character, so we're going to grab 10 right there, and then we're going
タイ
to
トル
grab
調べたらファミ通の人の
31.
推薦文が貼られたパッ
In
ケー
this
ジ写
game,
真が
we're
出て
also
き
like
た。
a warrior that killed a bunch of people while we were alive, and that's why we're in the afterlife to atone and be judged. There's a whole lot that you can do in this game. We're really just
一応
gonna see kind of a vertical
SC
slice
が
of it
関わ
during
っ
this
てるみ
run,
たい
but
ですからね。
you can go anywhere from like N to S
関わってる
rank,
みたいですか
and
らね。
there's like so many relationships you can build with people in the afterlife, so many different areas you can go to. But first things first here, we're just going to knock out this barrel. And then another one. And just go to the next area.
Yeah, this game functions on a karma system, and the reason why this run is as short as it is, because the game is not actually short, but if you interact with people and you do so little in the game that you're basically insignificant, then the game just kind of kicks you to the last area at the end instead of like once you get to the end of this opening area. Also, it looks like I'm doing some extra stuff, but this is important too because
なか
based
な
on
か
that
に
karma system,
ホラーなゲーム
we
を
do want to be as low as possible.
やってますね。
Nope. Okay,
Oh,
we're gonna
geez.
get
ああ、噛まれちゃった。
But yeah, we want to be as minimally impactful as possible, but we also have to reach a karma value of at least 50,000 in order to get through the door at the end.
And then you also saw that like there's a blue and an orange health bars at the top of the screen. There's Spirit and Vitality, and Spirit gets depleted when you take non-physical attacks. So that ghost attacking us, the mouth there, counts as a non-physical attack. So it depletes some of the spirit, and it's basically like effectively a
そう
shield.
ですね。しっかりホラ
If
ー
your spirit gets
感
depleted, then
が
you're not gonna
ものすごいで
be
す。
KO'd. But if your vitality gets depleted, then you will get KO'd and you'll get a game over.
Yeah, the two big things with the spirit bar is first off, depending on how low it goes, you become more prone to curse and possession, which are two different like status ailments of the game. The other thing is if your spirit bar is completely low or empty, then you cannot do any charge attacks. With the spear, if you hold down on the right stick, you can charge it up for about 6 seconds.
そうですね。実質ホラーゲーゾーンかもしれませんね。
And that's really important, so, you know,
Yeah.
you don't want to be at nothing.
Nope. Also, that hanging person that we saw there, they just kind of like laughed at us and then flew off because we don't know them at all. They're like, thanks, but I don't know you.
Later.
Bye-bye.
I also love that this game makes you, like, asks you if you want to save literally every time you go through a door.
Yep. It's because there's not like a traditional sort of like, I guess like save anywhere system really. It's just you're gonna save when you get to the next room. So like every area is, and you can lose a lot of progress if you die in between those points where it asks you to save.
All right, we're gonna pick up this dirty photo.
Careful.
Not that kind of photo.
Chomp.
Oh.
Really? 3 times?
Yeah, so every time you see one of those mouths, by the way, the reason why I just go for it and have
これ
gotten
噛まれるの
twice now
は確定なんです
because
か
they
ね。
bite a random amount of times between 1 and 3, and I've just been unlucky enough to get bit 3 times, both times.
That stinks.
But we're gonna give the dirty photo to this fella here. We could just not, but then he asked us twice and wastes a little bit more time. But now, at this point, we're just gonna be running around the arena to collect a lever for a well so we can grab a key. And this seems like a perfect time for our wonderful host Peeps, if you would like to step in for a moment.
Thank you so much to my wonderful runner shmumbler, because we have gotten to the upgrade to hard mode incentive for On Guard.
Let's go. Nice.
Thank you all so much for your generosity. $25 from EBD, who says, "Hi Shmom, here's to another GDQ and another game you're running that I've never heard of before, but if you're happy, I'm happy. Here's to making those ghosts more or less hungry? Question mark, question mark? Anyway, whatever the goal is, I always believe in you."
Thank you, I love you.
Aww.
Also, you would think we would be a little less hungry after we fried up all those eggs, but
I did really think this game was just about feeding ghosts. So I was like, that sounds cool.
yeah, no, this game actually goes really hard on the Buddhist mythology. Hungry Ghost is
Yeah.
actually like one of the realms of existence in Buddhism. So like basically, since we were such a terrible human being, we got reincarnated in this lesser realm where we're basically doomed to eternal torment unless we can build up enough like karmic retribution to achieve reincarnation back into the human world.
なかなかまがまがしい。
But of course, we're not going to do that because what's talking? Who talks?
そうですね、国産タイトルなのにほとんど誰も知らない。こんなゲームあったんだって感じですね。
Pretty much like anywhere you can look in a level, you can interact with things. Again, we're really only getting a vertical slice of it, but even like the random skull at the beginning of the game that just holds like an item in it, you can just interact with it. It's such a very cool game.
I also just love how moody and like slow and methodical everything is. Like, it doesn't lend itself super well to speed in that regard, but it's so just, the vibes are immaculate.
Yeah, this was made by a developer called Deep Space. They only ever developed 2 games. The first one was a survival horror game known as Extermination, and then this was the second game that they developed. And that studio was founded by the creator of Ghosts and Goblins, Tokuro Fujiwara. So, pretty cool pedigree, honestly.
Different style of game entirely too than Ghosts and Goblins.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Also, this game has incredible enemy design. We're not going to get to see a whole lot of it, but we are going to get to see one here. First, I just need to not talk to this lady. Don't worry, we're not doing anything terrible, I promise.
So we're just stabbing barrels. It's fine.
All right, so Linda became this ghost. We're going to fight the ghost. This is going to be the one ghost encounter that we actually have. And now I get to show off the crossbow. And the first thing you might be asking is, hey, if you have a crossbow, why are you running towards the ghost? Can't you just, you know, shoot from a distance? And funny question, funny answer, no.
Yeah, the damage fall off on the crossbow
get out of the
is
wall.
quite significant. So shmumbler really has to bait the ghoul here into attacking to get closer to him.
魔界村の開発者の方。
Yeah, damage falls off to like half if
Yeah.
you're more than like 5 feet away. It's kind of
Makes
annoying.
sense.
And it makes this actually like really dangerous.
Get over here so I can shoot you.
I
Also
did
the-
miss one shot too. Nope, there's 2.
Oh.
It's fine. we still have a spear. Our spear just does less damage.
ゴース
Also,
ト
speaking of
で
the
はない
controls
だ
earlier,
なさそうです
so
ね。
you
ゴ
can
ースト
actually,
に
you have to
実
cock
弾
the,
が効いちゃってますから
crossbow
ね。
back by holding back on the right analog stick and then pushing it
そう
forward
ボ
as
ウガ
well
ンで
to shoot it.
More of an
ブス
immersive
ブスブスブ
game.
スってやってますけれど。
And so now we're just going to bust out the spear here and then clean it up. Normally, it takes about 6 strikes worth of time to get the charge attack, but shmumbler is actually hiding some of that charge attack time in the ghost moving around, so it's more worth it for him to go for it. And that thing is down.
All right, and so we've gotten that taken care of. Normally in this room, there's like a skeleton key and a skeleton chest that you would open to get like a nice boost to your karma. The whole reason why I grabbed that purple
あ
note
帰っ
earlier
てきた
in
魔
the
界
first
村
room
でも
was so that I don't
ディレ
have
ク
to
ター
do that
を
in this room. You get just enough karma from that to
じゃ
where
あ
I
本
can
当
go
に
through these double doors and not have to worry about the fun mechanic where if you have less than 50,000 points, you just
レ
get
ジェン
straight
ドな
back to the
方が
beginning.
What a punishment. You get to restart.
やられているんで
So
す
yeah, it's really fun
ね。
because this
そんな
door
ゲームがなぜ
can
こんな
back to the
に
start. It can kick you straight to the end of the game,
有
or
名
it
で
can
は
take
ない
you
の
on
か
to the
ちょっ
next
と
area
不
of the
思議
game
で
if
す
you
けれど
actually, you know, interacted with the game and did what it expects of you. So now we're like approaching the gates of judgment where we're going to be judged on our actions in the afterlife to see if we're worthy of reincarnation. Spoilers, we won't be. I am going to do one quick pickup here though to grab this radiant water.
That's a Devil May Cry, I know that.
And the reason for this is because there's going to be a little ghosty hand here, and technically you can just fight it, but
We're
the
just gonna
water
go
just
stab
kind
the
of
water.
like gonna pull that out, and we're just gonna toss it and goodbye.
Hard fight.
Got him.
おー
Gotta hand it to him.
Now here's our friend that was hanging from the tree that we cut down and laughed at us as he disappeared into the flames. He's come back now to
そうで
ask
すね
us
時
if
間
we
的
can
に
give
あ
him
と
something, and
EST が
I
16分な
don't
の
have
で
anything for you. I don't know if I would give you anything even if I did, but it's okay. We'll see you later. We're not gonna see him later.
I like how it played like a
Got,
lullaby.
like really sad for a second too.
This is actually like one of the more involved storylines if you play through the game as a whole. But alas, he gets cut short here. You know, I just realized we never mentioned, so there's your karma, but there's also like different desires that the game has
yeah.
that you're also judged against. Where the higher value you have, the worse you're doing, basically. There's 3 different kinds. There's the desire for destruction, for dependence, and for greed, which are damage, reliance on items, and hoarding items, respectively. This interaction with the ferryman is like our final judgment for our greed. He takes a look in your inventory to see what all you still have left and adds greed points to you for every item you still have in your inventory.
It's like the precursor to adaptive difficulty.
Yeah, and then this area would be where our final boss was, again, if we actually played the game. But since our fate value is so low, we can just smack the door here. Death's gonna pop out, tell us that we're not worth his time, and then let us go ahead and go to judgment. So time is gonna be coming up here shortly. Once we get into the door, I just have to skip a couple cutscenes and then select the final decision saying that I am in fact ready for judgment and I don't want a second chance.
I'm good here.
I think I've done
And
enough.
there's time.
Time.
あいいです
Good stuff, dude.
Yep. So, this game is a lot cooler than just that. It's a lot longer, I promise. Yeah, no, if you engage with this game, it's like I said, it's a lot like Kingsfield, but there's a lot more interaction with the
ぬるっ
NPCs.
と終わりました
The
ね
one caveat to this is that it is a Japan exclusive release. There is a
一応しかもフルボイス
fan translation project that is in the works
ぽいのか
that's
な
being headed by Everdread and a team that has their own Discord server. Really, if you're interested in this game, I definitely encourage you to check that out. Other than that, though, like, shout outs to Cosmic and Tropes for being here. Shout outs to the people that are in the crowd for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go, crowd.
うん換
If you
された運
ever
命
want to see
力
this game
かな
or
り
some
低
other
い
horror games or just some weird games, because
欲望
sometimes I do that too, you can always
状
find me
態
on twitch.tv/shmumbler.
総
I
括
don't stream super often, but I do every now and then. And then if you guys want to give yourselves a quick plug.
Twitch.tv/deathtropes. I do a lot of horror speedrunning, Silent Resident Evil, that kind of stuff.
Twitch.tv/DECosmic. I do hack and slash sometimes and horror, so, you know. Thanks for finally getting this in, man. This
Game is awesome.
This game is so good. It's such like in some ways, I feel like it's so ahead of its time, and it's such a shame that it never came over to the West. Oh, no!
おー主人公はこの姿になってしまったということ
reincarnating as a ghost to then attack the other character.
Okay, all right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
This
cool. Yeah.
game is super cool.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
Thanks for having me. Goodbye.
Thank you so much again,
では
Shmumbler, for that fantastic run of
ハングリーゴーストでした
That's it for me today, but
なかな
don't
か
go anywhere because
興味
we have
深い
more
という
amazing
か
runs after this. Stick around.
なんで有名にならなかったんだろうっていうようなタイトルでしたね。まあでは、次のゲームの準備がありますので失礼します。